gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Let's get right to that developing story in southeast Atlanta now. After more than 100 car break-ins at one apartment complex over the weekend, the same crew may have struck again. Thieves hit dozens of more cars early this morning in the same part of town.
So this is a norm in Atlanta. Obviously, I told you guys my vehicle was broken into. Window shattered, the door handle pulled off. So this is something that has been normalized in the city. I'm tired of it. I know a lot of other people are tired of it, but it doesn't look like the leadership really cares to do anything about it.
Channel 2's Steve Gelbach is live in the Old Fourth Ward neighborhood. And Steve, this time they went to multiple locations.
Yeah, Fred, Atlanta police say they hit over 20 cars here at the Tribute Lofts along John Wesley Dobbs. They have nearly every car here with windows busted out on each side of the street here. They even went into the actual parking garage. It doesn't even have a gate here, but they went in and another maybe 20 or so cars in there. And then
damn, guys, and this is these dudes are bold. They don't feel like there are going to be any repercussions. They're not worried about getting caught. It's complete lawlessness. The super gremlins are on demon time.
Look down the street. This is only about a half mile from where that spree was over the weekend. Another half mile the other direction from where we found cars busted into at a senior living facility.
I was like, oh my God.
More than a dozen seniors got quite the shock when they went out to their cars Thursday morning at the veranda at Auburn Point. Finding shattered windows and broken glass, thieves rifled through William Adams' glove box.
Took all that out of there. Broke my glass out.
They get anything?
Ain't nothing for them to get.
Some of the victims think the same ring responsible for well over 100 break-ins over the weekend, about a mile away at another complex, struck again, simply sliding under a large gap below their gate.
We need more security. We need more lights, and we need security.
Well, a couple years ago, y'all were defunding the police. Now you want more security. She got the quarantine and chill hat on, so you know she was complying with everything. And it's a complete-ish show, okay? It's a mess. It's a mess. And these sisters have voted for this. They've demanded it. They've, demanded the criminal justice reform and all the lax laws and, the no cash bail. So when these super gremlins are locked up, they're just immediately released. And this is your doing. So asking for security and all this other stuff on the back end is pretty mute, because you had begged and demanded so much, and you had this huge movement over, minimizing the police force and minimizing the safety aspect of the government, and now you're getting what you asked for and you don't like it.
We're senior citizens. I counted 14, and it was all on that side.
And this isn't the first time. And they didn't get you this time.
Not this time, but they got me the last time.
Priscilla Hunter's Honda got broken into here months ago. She now leaves this sign in the driver's seat telling the bad guys to leave her car alone.
No money, no weapon. I'm poor.
Atlanta police responded and are still processing all the thefts, including 24 more not far away. These victims want to see more done.
I think they need to get us some more security out here, because we old and seniors, and we can't fight nobody.
Yeah, and these super gremlins will delete the elderly. It doesn't matter if they're elderly black men, black women, white men, white women. These super gremlins, Asians, okay? We see a lot of these Asian hate crimes. These super gremlins don't care, okay? They will target you no matter what your age is, demographic, as long as they feel like it's a lick and they could easily get away with it. Even if they can't get away with it, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Here's just one of those windows still left here on the ground. Now, neighbors say officers did collect evidence dusted for fingerprints today. We'll keep you updated on this investigation, see if they really can link all of these similar crimes together. Live in Northeast Atlanta, Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
Steve, just the sheer numbers here kind of boggle your mind. You have to imagine there's some video somewhere, hopefully, that can help kind of get an idea of what this is about. But these numbers here are out of control. Thank you very much. Just yesterday, we told you how at least 140 vehicles were broken into over the weekend at a Northeast Atlanta apartment complex. These crimes have prompted city council members to call for more security cameras and better lighting at complexes across Atlanta. Councilman Michael Julian Bond says the State General Assembly would have to pass legislation to enforce any new safety mandates.
A happy ending to a story we've been following all day. Within the last few minutes, a stolen dog has just been reunited with his owner. Little Murphy was in his owner's car when thieves took off with it.
She had been searching for him all day long. They've been reunited thanks to a Fox 5 viewer, in fact. And Fox 5's Tyler Finger joins us now live with the update. Tyler, we always love to give news. Good news.
Yeah, Russ, good evening to you. Some fantastic news. After more than 24 hours, someone spotted the pup in this overgrown area near Pittman Park just about an hour ago, and Murphy is heading home after a long 2-day search for him. Armed with a stack of flyers and a staple gun, power poles in Atlanta's Pittsburgh neighborhood were covered in pictures of Murphy.
And then we're going to put it on this side so these people can see it.
They were trying to track down the 11-month-old Schnauzer Maltipoo mix after he was stolen Tuesday.
I know there's a lot of people looking for him.
And there you have it. This dog was stolen. All right. Her vehicle was stolen as well. But she's obviously more concerned about the pet. Guys, I mean, in Atlanta, it's almost unlivable. These super gremlins are making it unlivable. You can't hop out the car without worrying about get your vehicle stolen, your dog stolen along with the vehicle. And, you know, it sucks to say, but she definitely looks like a glider liberal. And she most likely voted for this as well.
And I have faith that he will come back.
Dana Link is Murphy's heartbroken owner. She says he was in her SUV yesterday at a job site in Atlanta's Adair Park neighborhood. After turning her car on, she had to run back inside. She says in the less than 3 minutes she was gone, the crooks jumped in and took off, hitting her sister in the process. Link says they drove to the West End Mall and used her credit card before dumping her car with the dog nowhere to be found. Atlanta police say 2 16-year-olds and a 17-year-old were arrested in connection to the crime.
One of the children's parents called me this morning because I put flyers out last night and said that they let my dog go at Pittman Park. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
After searching near Pittman Park all day Wednesday, a happy reunion just before 6 p.m. A Fox 5 viewer saw our story and decided to come out and join the search. Little Murphy was found in an overgrown area near the park.
And the minute I got out and called his name, he started running further into the bushes. So I'm like, as scared as I am of everything, I went over in there and we coaxed him out.
I'm elated, and there is a God. I trusted it. I prayed all day to St. Anthony to please bring him home.
I love to be able to give good news. So glad that Murphy is able to head home tonight after several days search for him. And I know Dana said she is just happy to have him. I do want to point out that Dana did give the reward to the woman who found him. She tried to deny it, but Dana insisted. We are live in Southwest Atlanta tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
A happy ending all around.
Yes, for sure. Thanks, Tyler.
Get you back out to that breaking news in West Atlanta that we brought you at the top of the show. Police say 2 people have been shot and killed.
Let's get straight out right now to Peyton Place Southwest. Cody, you've been on the scene since it broke. What can you tell us?
Witnesses say the first shots rang out around 3:50 this afternoon. They heard one shot followed by 5 more rapid gunshots. And you can see the scene behind me. The actual victims are to the right of those 3 SUVs in between the 2 buildings. Just moments ago, there was another arrest on scene. A man visibly upset walked out of the crime scene and busted the back windshield of a SUV. They immediately arrested him, and that SUV has since pulled out. The medical examiner just getting on scene here. They're going to remove these bodies in a couple of minutes, but we can tell you the chief is here as well as the public information officers. They are expected to address the situation here to clarify some things that are being set out in the community, but they are confirming 2 people were shot and killed here at these townhomes just before 4 o'clock this afternoon.
So what I tell you about these apartments and townhomes in the A, very dangerous and overpriced. We just did a story a couple weeks ago about the redhead sister whose wig caught the bullet, and these 2 individuals weren't so lucky. Do I think that the community as a whole cares about these shootings and these scenarios? No, I don't. If they did, they'd be more outspoken. But this is the day and age that we live in, where apathy is the overarching sentiment when it comes to black on black crime, especially from the black community, and just a overall resistance to even acknowledging this issue. You know, it's quite fatal.
And as I mentioned a little earlier, there are cameras right down the street, so it's going to be interesting to see if the suspects or the suspects' vehicles was actually captured leaving these townhomes. We don't know what led up to this. When I walked around the other side of the townhomes, you could see a backpack on the ground that was being tagged, but still a lot of information needs to be gathered. This is still pretty new scene as we're just about 2.5, 3 hours into this crime scene.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe, hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jenquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jenquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all get me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
Police say this 18-year-old intentionally hit and killed a woman with a car at a mall. The suspect drove off, but police did catch her. Channel 2's Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell, live now near Cumberland Mall. Michelle, did the 2 women know each other? Do we know that yet?
Such a crazy story. It's unclear if the 2 knew each other, but we do know that they both live in 2 completely different parts of town.
My condolences go out to the family members of...
And, you know, that's how it happens. The ratchets meet the classy, and the ratchets, the super sister gremlins, they can't stand seeing a woman or a family, beautiful family at that. I mean, it just boils their blood, because all they know is sorrow and discontentment and, you know, hot glues and weaves, and they don't, when they see natural hair, it makes them flare up. Like, this is I think it's definitely some reverse colorism, if you will, right? Playing into this brutal murder.
the person who was in this incident.
Makes me feel a little unsafe. Shoppers and employees at Cumberland Mall can't wrap their minds around what happened here.
It's unbelievable to hear, and it's sad and shocking at the same time.
Police say an 18-year-old hit and killed a woman with her car in the mall parking lot, then drove off. Police caught up to Vanessa Robinson the very next day. Now she's in jail, charged with murder and aggravated assault.
Had to be something to cause that. Normal people don't just
do stuff like that.
You're right.
When did
And I mean, that's where he's wrong. This is very normal for the super sister gremlin on Demon Time.
detectives showed up, they immediately suspected foul play. According to the warrant, Robinson intentionally hit 25-year-old Paige Jenkins. But it's unclear what led up to it. Jasmine Baker works at the mall but wasn't around on Sunday when police showed up.
Something like that is just very concerning, and it makes me wonder about the security of the mall and even the parking lot.
And so, as we told you, when this initially happened, that suspect took off, and police actually worked with Fairburn Police Department to track her down because that's where she lives. Reporting live from Cobb County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
A teenage girl faces charges today of felony murder. Police accuse the 18-year-old of deliberately striking a woman in the parking lot of Cumberland Mall after an Atlanta Braves game on Sunday. Good afternoon, and thanks for watching today. I'm Christine Spiro. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us from Cobb Police Headquarters with the story. And Deidre, you spoke with the victim's family this afternoon. Who told you what happened?
So guys, I told you about Cumberland Mall and the dangers of going to malls in Atlanta, Cumberland, Lenox, hell, even at this point, the Mall of Georgia in Gwinnett. Very dangerous, super gremlins all around. But this story in particular really hits home because the woman who was killed is a woman that I know, a woman that I went to school with, to college with. And, you know, I do these stories day in, day out. Don't know many of the victims, but many of the victims' families reach out to me and thank me for at least highlighting the story. But you know, this one definitely hits different. I think that there is no solidarity when it comes to sisters in reality, all right? And you could say the same with brothers, but you know, you have women who are out here deleting people now en masse from the community. And it's quite sick. And there isn't any major outrage about it. So I definitely want to highlight this story because I know it's going to resonate with a lot of people. And, you know, I just hope that, I mean, hell, at least we get some acknowledgement on these scenarios so that the community can start working for a better tomorrow. Now, do I actually believe that that will happen? You know, sadly, it doesn't look like we're on the right path to do so.
I spoke with the victim's family, Christina, and they are just heartbroken, simply devastated. 25-year-old Paige Jenkins, her sisters and her dad were enjoying an outing on Sunday when this whole day took a deadly turn. And the person now accused of striking this young woman, her sisters say, ran her down like she was a piece of trash.
So, you know, obviously you can see how radiant her smile was. You know, me and Paige, we actually had Spanish classes together, and, you know, we even exercised at the Ramsey together. It's very crazy, bro. It really is crazy. When people you actually know on a personal level are taken out by these super sister gremlins on Demon Time.
That person is now behind bars, charged with murder. Now, Jenkins, her father, and 2 sisters were returning to their cars after attending the Braves game Sunday evening when they crossed paths with a suspect at Cumberland Mall. Jenkins' sisters say suspect Vanessa Robinson was driving through the parking lot as Jenkins and her family were walking to their vehicles. Jenkins' sister Keisha Lewis says Robinson almost struck her with her vehicle.
So as you can see, these hair-hatted hooligans, right? As I believe Tommy would say, you know, these women are egregious, horrible, okay? And there are so many sisters like this in the community who keep getting defended. And you know, we see the Carly Russell situation, which, I mean, she didn't do anything in particularly violent, but just the lies and the manipulation and the attention seeking, you know, this is that on a different level, okay, where a lot of these sisters don't want to be told nothing. You can't tell them nothing, and when you do, they feel like they have to get back at you in some way. In this case, she felt like she had to take Paige's life in order to, I don't know, dissolve what she did or her driving errors. I mean, it's absolutely insane, but this is the thought process of the modern day super sister gremlin. I mean, they're out for blood. It's no longer you just having to deal with attitude. It's no longer you just having to deal with the disrespect. It's no longer you just have to deal with them, you know, randomly getting naked or twerking on children in public. I mean, now they are catching bodies, all right? And they're what we like to call crashing out. This woman is 18 years old. She's a grown woman. She made a horrible decision that, quite frankly, we all hope that she burns in hell, right? And she rots in prison for the rest of her life. Now, are they going to lay the hammer down on her? We don't know. We know that women get significantly less time than men do. So the likelihood of her spending the rest of her life in prison, I mean, I don't think we can truly count on that. She might do 15, 20, 25 maybe. I mean, it's just, it's a horrible thing. And, you know, when I heard the news, it definitely tore me up because, man, you never know when you could go. That's why I say, guys, when you're going to the mall, when you're going to these public places in Atlanta, you need to have the strap on you because these sisters are sneaky. If they don't do it themselves, they're going to get a Pookie and Ray Ray to do it. And, I mean, it's disgusting. This woman is evil.
And the women exchanged words. Now, when Paige Jenkins heard the women arguing, she came to her sister's defense, telling Robinson to watch where she was going. Now, Lewis said Robinson drove off, circled back, and then mowed Paige Jenkins down in the parking lot.
And, you know, that is another thing that I speak about on my channel. If you get in an argument with a super gremlin or a super sister gremlin, you need to, you know, head on a swivel, looking around. The argument does not end there. They will spin the block. And this is what happened. I mean, it's just so horrible to see a former classmate get mowed down. You know, it's absolutely disgusting. But like I said, I mean, these super sister gremlins, they're evil. They really are. And I know a lot of people, oh, second chance. No. She doesn't deserve a second chance, okay? She really doesn't. But yeah, you can't take your eyes off these super sister gremlins on Demon Time.
Jenkins was rushed to Keystone Hospital but did not survive her injuries.
It was very intentional. Because the same way that she left that scene is the same way that she should have left out before she came back to hit my sister. So it was no accident. It was she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing.
She had a second to think before she hit my sister with her car.
Now, police did track down the 18-year-old, arresting her in Fairburn. She's now charged with felony murder and aggravated assault and remains behind bars without bond tonight. We are live in Cobb County. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Wow, the recollection of all the events, just absolutely horrible. Deidre, thanks so much.
A teenage girl faces a charge of felony murder tonight. Police accuse the 18-year-old of deliberately striking a woman in the parking lot of Cumberland Mall after an Atlanta Braves game on Sunday.
Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us from Cobb Police Headquarters. She spoke with the victim's family this afternoon. So, Deidre, what did they tell you happened?
Yeah, I spoke with the victim's sisters who tell me they were enjoying a day out with their dad when they had a run-in with the suspect. They tell me that they did not know that suspect and that Vanessa Robinson deliberately struck their sister, killing her.
And see, this is what y'all have to understand. You don't have to know these super sister gremlins or these super gremlins who end up deleting you. A lot of it is just at random. They want people's lives to be, ruined just like theirs. And they won't stop at anything to get what they desire. And that is causing pain amongst people who they see or perceived to be happy.
She ran over my sister's body like she was trash, like she was nobody.
Paige Jenkins and her family were returning to their car after attending the Braves game Sunday evening when they crossed paths with Vanessa Robinson. Jenkins' sisters say Robinson was driving through the parking lot as the family walked to their car.
She had almost hit me with her car first, and she had said something upon the lines of, "You need to watch where you're going," or something, and I was like, "I'm the pedestrian, you watch where you're going," and I had kind of shoot her off, and she had exchanged some words, and that...
Yeah, and... Pete, you want to defend yourself and you want to come in defense of your loved ones. But like I said, this is why you got to watch my channel, because, people would understand, people would know that, hey man, don't go back and forth with a super gremlin. Don't try and correct them. Just, oh my God, you almost hit me. If they argue back, hey, you got it, bruh. Let them have it. Let them have it. Because this is why this channel is so important, and this is why it's demonetized, because YouTube wants the violence to continue in the community. They do. They truly do.
It's when Paige heard us having that argument, and she came back and said, "Watch where you're going."
Lewis said Robinson drove off, then circled back around.
We see them pull around, and she stops for like a second, and then my sister just hit the car.
Robinson fled the scene. Jenkins was rushed to Kennestone Hospital but did not survive her injuries.
So it was no accident. It was she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing.
Police tracked down Robinson and she was taken into custody in Fairburn.
My sister did not deserve that. And the two other girls that were in there, justice needs to be brought upon them as well.
Yeah, there were two other girls in there, and I wouldn't even be surprised if the other girls suggested that this Vanessa woman do this to Paige. I mean, like I said, these busted up sisters, they hate pretty girls. They hate girls who, look better than them, especially if they get in a verbal altercation and get checked. They hate that. They hate being corrected. They hate chastisement. They hate discipline. They hate everything of which is good and just. These super sister gremlins are on demon time.
Because my sister did not deserve that. She was full of life, energy. She was like our glue.
So, and this is like super tragic. Beautiful family, shattered. Okay? I hate it for the family. You know, father, the mother, sisters. I couldn't imagine it. And we just have to understand that we are dealing with some sick individuals in the community. This brother right here, you know, Paige's dad, obviously you can see, you know, he was like, man, I done said goodbye to the community a long time ago. He said goodbye to the community a long time ago, okay? And that was for a reason. Obviously, love and, you know, love prevails, but I mean, let's keep it a buck. A lot of these sisters out here are undateable, you can't deal with them. They're violent, they're angry, they're masculine. And this is an example. And now you have the young women the next generation of young women coming up, even more violent, even more dangerous. And they're deleting other women. They don't care about female empowerment. They're selfish. So, man, this is a cautionary tale, a very sad story that really hits home for me. And I just wish that it wasn't true. I wish it was a bad dream. But unfortunately, we are dealing with a scenario in the community that has been completely unleashed, uninhibited, and it's not going to stop. It's not. Not unless the community stands up against the bad apples, if you will, amongst us.
And her sisters, other family members, simply devastated by her loss. She was one of 4 siblings, all girls. As for that suspect, Robinson, she is facing felony murder charges as well as aggravated assault and remains behind bars tonight. In Cobb County, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Just so devastating. Your heart really goes out to that family. Deidre, thanks.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.